the modern day grip that we have today. It's still called the Barton grip. Anyway, and I would say that 80%, 70% of the golfers today use that same grip. Anyway, which is not part of the story, obviously. But, so the U.S. Open was being played in Brookline, Massachusetts. And Harry Barton and Doug Ray said, oh, we're going to the United States and do some exhibitions and win their tournament and then come home. So they go, and in those days, you had to qualify, and you still have to qualify. I can attest to that, but you have to qualify. And they had qualified, to play in the tournament, which was a 72-hole tournament like it is today, except they played 36 holes on Saturday and 36 holes on Sunday, so they played 2 rounds. Today you play 4 days. But and Francis Ouimet lived right across the street from the golf course, like I said. His father didn't like him playing. He said he needed to get a job. His mother encouraged him a great deal. And he qualified. And so the first day came along, and I'll try to condense this a little bit. The first day came along, and at the end of 36 holes, Ted Ray and Harry Barton were tied at 149, which was an awfully good score in those days. Francis Ouimet was 4 strokes back at 153, so he's in the group looking ahead. And the next day, it rained just something miserable, cold, wet, whatever. So again, use your imagination. They wore these long rubber raincoats like you see on the fishing boats today. I mean, what a lousy looking outfit. And the ball, you hit it, found it, and hit it again. In other words, there was no embedded lies. In other words, if it went in the hole, you hit it out of that hole. So it was a little different game in that sense, that you played the ball as it lies, period. There were no preferred conditions, etc. So now they're teeing off on the second day. It's 36 holes, lousy, rainy, wet weather. At the end of 54 holes, this is the 3rd round now, and it's on a Sunday. Don't quote me on this, but I think Barton was ahead by 2, and Ray was 2 behind, and Ouimet was 1 more behind. So now they got 18 holes to go, and however the pairings went, Ray finished at 229, I think it was. In other words, he is leading, but he's the early one in. Barton finishes, and he's at 229. Francis Ouimet, this 20-year-old, and here we back up a little bit to tell you a little bit more about the story. You guys would appreciate this. You knew that these 2 guys were professional caddies? I started as a caddy in 1939, and this was a whole other story, which if you're thirsty and you're hungry, but we're not going to go there. So here Francis Ouimet is going to try to catch these guys. He is 5 shots behind going to the last 9 holes. Wow. He's got to play the last 9 holes in 2 under par. Virtually impossible under the weather conditions. Goes par, birdie. Hold a 30-footer. Goes par, bogey, birdie. He's still 3 shots back. Lo and behold, he comes to the last hole, and he needs to par it to tie, and he does. That's the condensed version. So they have a three-way tie, Ted Ray, Harry Barton, and Francis Ouimet. So Francis Ouimet had 7 clubs in his bag. The USTA today puts a limit on 14, which in fact...
Like odds? Or even?
Yeah.
It's called a half set.
It's a half set. But anyway, Francis Ouimet had a 10-year-old caddy. I was 9 when I started caddy. And his name was Eddie Lowry. And I'll tell you a little bit about Eddie Lowry. He skipped school to caddy. And the professional caddies wanted to get rid of Eddie Lowry, so they're going to have this playoff. And Eddie Lowry comes to Francis Ouimet crying and says, you can't get rid of me. I'm the one who got you here. I helped you get to the playoffs for the U.S. Open. Well, the professional caddies disappeared, and Francis Ouimet kept Eddie Lowry as his caddy. 10-year-old, yeah. And so here comes the playoff, and they're all tied after 9 holes. They all shot 38, and the weather is just terrible. There's 10,000 people watching this thing, if you can believe that. Golf has taken off like the National Football League today or somebody. And they are all tied with 4 holes to go. Ray gets a double bogey. He's virtually out. Ouimet gets a birdie. He's got a 1-stroke lead with 3 holes to go. And if you watch the movie, The Greatest Game, which was a wonderful golf movie, but not realistic. In fact, in the movie, Francis Ouimet had a girlfriend because of Hollywood, when in fact he didn't have a girlfriend. However, so here he is with a 1-stroke lead with 3 holes to go, and he goes par, birdie, and he wins by 3 shots. And you may or may not have heard of Bobby Jones, or Ben Hogan, or Arnold Palmer. You might think they started golfing in the United States, when in fact, it was this 20-year-old amateur, Francis Ouimet, who got golf started in the United States, and now we have Matt Brown. Picking up the ball and carrying it like it's never been carried before. And don't throw any money. I'm going to sit in the back for a few minutes, and I've got just a million golf stories. I haven't lost everything yet. It looks like it, it sounds like it, but I really haven't. But that's why you got that picture of Francis Ouimet. And you have to go back 100 years.
Dan Strite, ladies and gentlemen, that's